Probably
Now, notice that are you ready?
property owner.
It's right
got
twice a day.
water. Yeah.
Yep.
You ready?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and call this meeting to order and declare that we do have a quorum. And we're going to ask Mr. Heverly to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, rumor has it we got a football game tonight, so I don't know. We'll try to get through this in about 2 hours and we'll see how it goes. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. I'm going to have, start with item number 4, discussion possible action on removal of any item from the consent agenda. If not, how about approval of consent agenda on item 5?
I make a motion.
Second?
Moody,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Martins.
Yes. Item 7, discussion of possible action on resolution 2026-01, which is a resolution of project sponsorship for a transportation alternative program application and maintenance commitment. Who's up?
So this is in support of our grant application for the Department of Transportation TAP program for sidewalks. They're gonna start at Redbird Estates on the east side of JT Stites, and then they will cross over on the west side and run down to the T on JT Stites, and then split for Ruth to the middle school and then to Highway 59. It's about a mile-ish in sidewalks. So, and also we have Cherokee Nation has already sent their commitment letter with their letter of support for 20% match on that as well.
Okay, any questions, anybody?
So this does include a matching fund, a matching piece of this that the Cherokee Nation has graciously agreed to contribute. The school is on board with this. They're going to actually reroute the sidewalk as we get closer to the school, or reroute behind their current fence. We have also been in contact with the owner and operator of the Garden Walk Apartments down there. They have agreed also to allow us to, it's basically going to mean messing with the traffic island where their sign is as you enter that facility. We're gonna have to move that a little bit, and they've already agreed to that and are eager to help us out. This will also include, 4, I think we counted 4 raised crosswalk areas along JT Stites to slow traffic down as you're going into those neighborhoods and in front of the school.
And then possibly extending the school zone area, I believe,
Okay.
to cover all the sidewalk area.
So I guess we need a motion to approve the resolution, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, we need a motion to approve the resolution.
Make a motion to approve resolution 2026-01.
Second.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Moody.
Yes.
Martins.
Yes. Item 8, thank you, Kaylee. Item 8, discussion of possible action on purchase order number 107678 issued to Kirby Smith Machinery, Inc. in the amount of $269,900 for the purchase of 1 used Gradall XL 3100 B 2021 model for the street department, and discussion of possible action authorizing $174,500 to be used from the contingency fund to complete the purchase. Who wants to talk about this one?
So I know I'll talk. No, I'm looking past you. I'll talk about it, sir. Gentlemen, between Gene and Brian from the maintenance shop and Chris. Hey, if I screw this up, just jump in. But bottom line is, what we had approved in the budget was a lease purchase for a brand new Gradall. That Gradall cost came back into the $560,000 range total price. What I asked the guys to do is look and see if there are viable alternatives used to save us a little bit of money as we go through the process. So what Brian did was found this one. We've actually used this particular model as a loaner once before. This vehicle is several years old. It's 4 years old, but the time that's on it, the hours that are on it, would be only 3 of our years. So for us, it'd be a 3-year-old vehicle. We're going to save in the long run about $300,000 in the overall purchase cost. The offside is, it is only 2-wheel drive. So what I'm proposing to the guys is, hey, we'll keep our 4-wheel drive. Normally we'd put it up for auction later in the year. But we're going to keep that when we need 4-wheel drive vehicle. But the Gene and everybody went up, tested it. It works. It's fine. It's in sound condition. They even have a maintenance log that's in there. So we think this is a very good purchase and fiscally responsible. It saves us about $300,000 in depreciation right off the bat. The downside is we'd only budgeted $95,000 this year for a lease purchase. This will require dipping into our contingency fund to put up cash for it.
But everyone in that maintenance department is on board with this being,
Yes, everybody's on board.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Chris.
There's one more thing. If we get this other grade on, we can split our crews up and get more done with it. As of right now, we only have one grade all. So there's only one operator. I've trained a couple of operators on the grade all we have now, and it works just like the grade all that we went up to Tulsa and looked at, and we can split our crews up and in theory get more done.
Thank you, Chris.
The trade-in value of the current one was only $18,000. So
Mhm.
that's another reason why we were looking at this and recommend this
Yep.
version or this solution.
Motion.
And this one's ready to pick up right now?
Yes, sir. They actually went up and saw it Friday. You guys made it up there? Thursday, they went up during the rain and saw it in Tulsa last week.
I'll make a motion to approve purchase order number 107678.
second,
Moody,
Yes.
Hamilton.
yes,
Martins.
Yes. Item 9, conduct a public hearing to determine if the property located at 518 West Chickasaw Avenue is a public nuisance, case number 1-26-1C, which is a condemnation of a dilapidated structure. Travis?
Oh, here we go again. This one I could very easily get into a lot more detail than what you would want, but I will do my very best to keep it short and sweet so we can all get to that ball game. This property is currently occupied. There has been numerous property maintenance violations involving grass, overgrown vegetation, tall grasses, trash, old appliances, and whatnot. These have extended back in excess of 2 years that I know of. There's also been numerous zoning violations by the current occupant, allowing people to reside in tents and unimproved structures upon the property, to include tents, building sheds, and lean-tos. This has resulted in what's commonly referred to as an attractive nuisance, with the transients resulting in numerous complaints of foot traffic at all hours, noise complaints, excessive trash, and suspicions of illegal activities up to and possibly including the exchange of narcotics. These photos that are on display that you see and also in your packets were taken while I was assisting Salsville PD on a welfare check back in September. That resulted in further notification of Adult Protective Services to get involved. That caseworker later stated to me during a meeting that the current occupant had only allowed entry by myself and Salsville PD because, quote, he was proud it was cleaned. The trash, debris, and the holes in the roof were noticeable, especially from the exterior. This caseworker was also informed by the current occupant that there has not been running water in approximately 3 years due to a broken pipe. Buckets were being used as toilets, with neighbors reported seeing those buckets being poured out into the yard. A young neighbor reportedly was possibly infected with cat scratch fever from one of the many that are occupying the residence. Animal control cannot trap these animals due to the possibilities of either the occupants releasing the animals from the traps or fear of the traps being stolen. The occupant was in the hospital for approximately 3 weeks during the time that these photographs were taken and had been returned to the hospital multiple times since. During the conversation with Adult Protective Services, I indicated that my professional opinion that these living conditions, the lack of hygiene, running water, stagnant sewer was had a direct effect on the occupant's health, and they were in agreement. Since his release from the hospital, there has been no effort made on behalf of the occupant to bring the property into compliance. It is the firm opinion of this department that the structure presents a hazard to the occupant, to the neighbors, and the surrounding communities. And it is requested that this council declare as a nuisance in order to immediate abatement. If you have any questions. Also, I will point out that the granddaughter of the and half owner of the property is present tonight.
Have you had conversations with them?
With the granddaughter,
Yeah.
yes. I've also had conversations with the current occupant.
Do they have plans to do anything?
The occupant, no. No, the last conversation that I had with that occupant was the day that he went into the hospital and was taken into adult protective custody there in late September, the date of these photographs. He was more concerned of my home, my home. I told him I understood that a man's home is his castle. My request to him was get the medical treatment that you need, get your health back in line so that you can come back and get the home back into compliance. And absolutely no effort has been noticed. As a matter of fact, as of this afternoon, I believe there are still occupants living in one of the sheds in the backyard.
Do you, folks, do you agree with everything that's been said? I know you're the granddaughter. Do you agree with everything said?
Pretty much. Is there more I can say? Like, do I go up there?
We can hear you. Go ahead. Just stand up.
Well, it's a lot to take in seeing those pictures because I grew up in that house and that man raised me with his wife, my grandmother, and it's just I can't believe what he's done to himself, you know, because it's not what my grandmother would have wanted to see him in that state or anything like that. And I don't really know how all these policies work with like housing or whatever, but I know that it's definitely a problem. And all I would want to do is just, it's just a mess that I just want to get rid of. So I would just want to like demolish the whole thing. And I'm part Cherokee, so what I would want to do is maybe demolish it and then give the land to Cherokee Nation so they could build something new on it that I could take care of and live out of. And I don't know, I just can't believe that
Well,
I can't look at it like it's just too bad.
sounds like you've got a plan that kind of coincides with something we can do. So
Yeah, it just upsets me. But
I understand.
I don't know why he's not here because I would want to help him, but he doesn't want to help himself, so there's nothing I can do for him. So all I can do is just try to move forward and make things better again, I guess.
Well, we'll
I
see
can
if we
do.
can help you out. Okay.
I appreciate it.
There's a man there that can be helped that's living in the shed with a deadbolt door. I looked at the house with her
Yeah, this is my partner.
and we really didn't want to, but we recovered 2 urns. There's total of 3 urns in the house. We left the 3rd urn. We need these urns identified more than
Oh, I'll figure that out myself.
I've been considering going to the cemetery to identify these urns, but the man's name is Duck.
It's Harold.
Harold. He goes by Duck. His real name is Harold. And the state of the house is in disarray. You can see it from the photographs. If you go to the kitchen with the bucket, the room with the buckets, the bathroom,
Yeah, it was never meant
the
to be like
living
that.
room, there's 12 cats. You can't really grab these cats. They run from you as soon as they see you. That room right there.
This is the bathroom. Used to be
That's the worst smelling room in the house, by the way. And the best thing you can do is demolish it.
Okay.
And I believe Cherokee Nation will pay demo fees.
Okay.
So they'll pay the demo fees, and then whatever's tacked onto the property as a lien, we pay because Cherokee Nation will pay the upfront cost, the building costs, demo costs, and then as soon as the whole property just gets flattened back to ground zero and all the trash gets swept and all the rubble gets swept off the property, they start building a brand new house on it. The transients aren't a problem. There's nothing there. There's no electric, there's no water. If there was electric there, there'd be 12 people there with electricity, and they could run whatever they're running out of the sheds. That's where they're mainly living out of, is the sheds. They don't care about the main house. There's one usable bedroom in that house you can stay in with a really stagnant, pungent smell right in the kitchen. The kitchen smells the
It was
worst.
my old bedroom that I lived in, but they took it over.
Yeah, and there's only one guy I know that's helpable. Like if I have his phone number and I was to contact him saying, hey, you need some help, there's people willing to help you, he would say, yeah, sure. He has a gambling problem, a drug problem, and an alcohol problem. So he could use rehab, I don't know, but he's homeless.
Okay.
All right.
So other than that,
Thank
So,
you.
sir, Travis, if you can get their contact information, I'll call Daryl tomorrow,
we can.
Mr. Legg tomorrow, and get you in contact with the ward commissioner here for the
Okay.
Cherokee Nation. And make
Okay.
sure we help him. He should be able to help you navigate the process on your end,
Yeah, I
pending,
really need
of course, what y'all decide.
Well, folks, let us do what
Yeah,
we're
that's my
gonna,
number.
folks, let us,
I think,
Okay.
I think we got,
Just pass that to me. I'll get Daryl Legg in contact with you
Well,
to
folks,
help through the.
let us do what we're gonna do tonight. We'll do what we can do to help you, okay?
Thank you. Yeah, you used to be my principal, right? At
Yeah.
Southland? Yeah, you were cool.
Thank you. Years ago, yes. Yeah. Did you say I was what?
You were the principal at high school.
Yeah.
Say it again.
yeah, that's right, that's right.
Okay.
Make,
Thank you, folks. Good
make
night.
sure that you, make sure that.
Okay, just-
All we need is that. And if you can find Doc Carroll, his real name's Harold, you can help him. He's willing to be helped. We have his phone number too, we can write it down.
I got two others over there. You might echo that, yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna close the public hearing at this time, and we're gonna entertain a motion, if you won't mind, please.
I will make a motion that case number 1-26-1C be declared a public nuisance. Start that process of
Condemnation.
getting that taken care of, condemnation.
A second,
Moody,
Yes.
Middleton,
yes.
Martins.
Yes, thank you all. We'll do what we can to help you, okay? All right, item number 10, conduct public hearing to determine if the property located at 516 West Denton Street is a public nuisance. Case number 1262C, a condemnation of dilapidated structure. Will open the public hearing on that property also.
All right, this one is also currently occupied. The photographs in the slides for the outside, I was able to take. The only 3 photographs I have of the inside were supplied by Southside PD when they arrived to assist first responders and EMS. I have not been able to make contact with the occupants. However, I do have a relative of theirs here tonight. As you can also see by the pictures, the interior, it is, yeah. Even in the police report, as the officers went through, they indicated that amongst the trash and the debris, that there was also a shovel seen that was being used to pick up fecal matter. One of the officers did tell me directly that while walking through the house, checking the conditions, that they were walking in, what he prayed was water. That the occupant said that they thought that they might have had a broken pipe, but they were not sure. The current owner listed on the deed is deceased. His wife, I believe, was placed in the nursing home, leaving only a brother and a cousin of the family member here tonight. Again, Adult Protective Services is aware of this situation, was the same caseworker from Chickasaw. The caseworker did go to school with one of the occupants of the home and stated that she did not feel that they were of the mental capacity to be able to care for themselves. this structure, I don't like the fact that, you know, we have to tear a house down while somebody's in it. But I cannot in good faith conscience allow somebody to live in conditions of these. This is a detriment to their health, welfare, and safety that could easily expand into the community. And a request that this council also declare this as a nuisance in order immediate abatement.
Any comments?
Did you have anything to say, Sid?
I've never really been through any of this before either. I'm still trying to get my brother and my cousin out of there because my brother, he has schizophrenia, and my cousin, he's not, like, his mentally not there. So still working on trying to get them out. Probably more like gonna have like emergency get them out somehow. It's a whole thing. But I'm not really for sure what to say besides I just want to basically tear it down and then just rebuild on it if I can. I'm still trying to pay on the property taxes on it that my dad owed and everything, and catch up everything. I'm not really sure what else to say, Travis. I'm sorry.
All right, thank you so much. We'll see if we can help you. No other comments, I'll close public hearing and we can have a motion.
I will, before you cast your vote, I will also point out that in this one and in the previous case, Adult Protective Services is fully aware
Sure.
of these situations on both, and that this meeting was tonight. Unfortunately, the caseworker, by their policy, is not allowed to offer any kind of testimony unless it's in the district court and under subpoena.
Right. Thank you, Travis. Thank you. I'll close the public hearing and ask for a motion.
Make a motion on case number 1-26-2C, condemnation of dilapidated structure.
Second.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Moody,
Yes.
Martins.
Yes. Item 11, receive update on economic development and grant activities. That would be Mr. Borman.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'll try to keep this quick. Starting out, Schuyler had a training for CDBG certification. It's quite an extensive training. She passed it and is now certified to administer CDBG trainings. They're quite cumbersome and quite involved. And so the fact that we've got somebody else on staff that's able to administer those is a big positive. We're currently managing a high volume of grant activity with several key decisions expected in the spring. She talked to you about the TAP grant for about a mile's worth of sidewalk down Kerr Boulevard. Up to Kerr Boulevard and down JT Stites on the west side. We've also applied for a TSET grant for the east side, which will run from JT Stites all the way to Cedar Street. So we're hopeful to hear something about that. All the TSET grants I'm going to mention, all those decisions will be made sometime in March. So we've applied for that one and also basically for personnel for the Sallisaw Now Coalition. We also submitted all the documentation for the September weather event that we had. You know, we had some damage throughout town. You guys declared that a local disaster. We submitted all that paperwork to OEM. They're busy right now with some other disasters throughout the state, but all that's submitted and we expect to receive the maximum receipt of that, which will be about $100,000. Land Water Conservation Fund grant, as you know, we applied and were awarded the grant for the soccer fields through the Land Water Conservation Fund. That's still in the review process for environmental and archaeological surveys. And so we expect to hear something from that soon. And I think our goal is to, Brian, correct me if I'm wrong, to get the fields constructed this year just as quickly as possible. So OWRB grant, you know, we switched funding from the original project to the lift station. So we submitted for reimbursement for that project, and we've got some more reimbursements to submit for, but we expect to close that out soon. Along with the funding for the master plan, that's also a grant funded project. We are going to, we're running into a little bit of a delay on the state side, but we'll stay up on that and get that closed out soon as well. OMAG sewer cam, we received $10,000 worth of grant funding for the sewer cam for the wastewater department or the sewer department. We purchased that and received the funding, the $10,000 for it as well. Ongoing projects, the senior grant or the senior van grant, we had an audit for it. The reason I bring that up is expect some changes coming on the way we report some of the things that City Hall handles. We'll bring those to you, including ADA complaint complaint processes, along with some different Title 5 or Title 6 reporting requirements that we'll have to change the way we do those, and we'll have to have those, I think, posted on the website. So we'll have those to you to approve probably by next month. Runway rehab project is temporarily on hold for optimal conditions for the laying of the pavement. Boys and Girls Club, they met today. They're going to select a construction manager, hopefully soon, and have that project completed by late fall. So as you know, that's going beside the East Side Baptist Church. It'll be a great addition to the community. You know, we've got the architects that got his plans pretty well finalized, and then we'll get this construction manager on board and hopefully kick off this project soon. We're continuing retail, hotel, office space, residential, and restaurant recruitment. After the first of the year, I'll say we've had an uptick after the holidays and people reaching out. I think that we've got some good projects on the horizon to be completed. We know we had a jam-packed year last year with all the things, all the restaurants and the QSR stuff and the ODBA and all those things opening up. I would expect 2026 to be jam-packed as well. And we're making strides to make sure that we do that as seamlessly as possible. Moving forward for economic development for the city, we've got to be focused on infrastructure, as you all know, whether we're talking about our current industrial customers, the expansion of the roads property, or the continued development down 59 Highway, and the rest of that side of town. We're going to have to focus on infrastructure and increasing electric capacities and also the industrial road. So there's several creative ways that we can fund those things. There's grant funding in some different ways, but just know that we're going to have that problem moving forward, and we're going to have to address it. So I'll take any questions you have.
What's the latest on Millicent? Like, where are they at on their processes? And
Yeah, so they are in production. They are installing new infrastructure in the plant. They expect to bring on a new customer within the next month. They've got one customer and one line in progress. They're bringing at least one more, if not two more customers in for the Bay 4 area, probably the same place that you guys were sitting for their grand opening. So it's full steam ahead on phase 1. But you know, whether we're talking, and I'll take a step back again, we're talking about a future expansion of Millicent, we're talking about development of the roads property, we're talking about Aviagen, we're going to have that capacity. You know, and I don't want to, I mean, Blakely, I think is here, he'll probably reiterate the same thing that I'm saying. You know, that south sub, there's only so much we can put on Millicent side, you know, and we're gonna have to think about that moving forward.
Mhm.
Yeah, great question.
Cool.
Good questions? Thank you, Jordan.
Thank you, George.
Thanks, guys.
How about an update on current and future projects?
Good evening. We're trying to finalize everything on the aquatic center. We went through a preliminary inspection of the punch list, and there's about 9 items left. Or we'll call the architect back in to do his final punch list. We're winding down, but they're critical items that need to take place before the health department will pass on. We have also done a preliminary walkthrough with the health department as well, so that we could get ahead of that curve, and make sure that we're not missing anything that they want before we open up or get to the point where we open it up and start running everybody through operations. We have scheduled another training for Les Walters and his guys. They did a preliminary training about a month ago, but they're gonna go do a more in-depth training, hopefully this at the end of this week. And then at that point, we'll do some preparation. It'll be up to us to do some preparation for the remaining sod or anything like that, or drainage work that's gonna be done around the site. Water and sewer projects, currently, we have all of the active ones complete. We finalized lift station number 4 about 2-3 weeks ago. Got the generator up and running. Everything's going great with that. According to Matt at our last staff meeting, all of the lift stations are up and functional right now, and working very well. So we're glad to have all that out of the way. We also just completed the last part of the sewer line extension that is part of the Drake Prairie Estates. We'll have one customer on it to start off with, but it can be utilized. There's 7 more lots that can be utilized for that sewer line, so hopefully we'll get that going with the developer here pretty soon. We also have kicked off the AMI electric meter project. Kind of started off with a little hiccup. They didn't send all the equipment necessary to get that project started. But we, about the middle of Wednesday last week, we got that kicked off, coordinated it with our meter crews, and got that facilitated going. They're not doing as many meters as they wanted to, but they are making progress. So we also started a drainage project out on Drake Prairie Estates. This was basically a cooperative between the city and the developer. The developer noticed there were some drainage improvements that needed to be done out there, and Mr. Heverly and he spoke, and the developer purchased the drainage culverts that we needed. The city crews have installed them. I think Brian and them were working on getting the head walls done today, if I remember right. Framing them up for concrete, but pretty much the drainage is in. It's going to be a major improvement for the drainage in that area. So, future projects, we're looking forward to the skate park and soccer field signing off. I think Mr. Heverly's got a more in-depth report on that, with the way that's going to be done. We're still waiting on some information from the architect and them to come in, but I think he's got a little more detail on it than I do. So with that, if there's anything else you have, I'd be happy to answer it for you.
Where exactly was the Drake Prairie drainage fix?
On Drake, you know where Prairie Sky is? If you keep going, that next subdivision is Drake Prairie Estate.
Oh, that's right, okay.
So,
Gotcha.
on the east side of that project, there was a tin horn that was about 14-inch tin horn. That's all that drained that area. The developer bought 2 24 by 48-inch box drains to go underneath the road, and the city street crew put those in.
Sweet.
It should improve drainage not only for that area, but also for Prairie Skies.
Yeah.
And for future drainage as we continue to improve, or excuse me, as developers continue to improve Prairie Skies and add roofs, plan for the future, getting that done, and arguably over-engineering it for today.
Sure.
But we'll grow into that space.
Yes.
Cool.
All right.
Thank you, Keith.
Thank you.
How about a financial update?
Good evening. This will be short and sweet. So we're recapping December sales tax. The sales tax for December was 696,000. That's a decrease from last year of about 43,000. The use tax was 120. It was also a decrease of about 11,000 from the year prior. So we budgeted real conservatively on sales tax for this year. So it's coming kind of trending just right on par to what we budgeted. At the end of December, we're 6 months into the fiscal year, which is 50% of our budget goals. The general fund is revenues exceeding expenses 53%, and the expenses are 47%. And then on the SMA revenues and expenses, the revenues are for taxes are at 51, telecom is 49, sanitation and landfill 52, electric service 50, water and sewer 59, and then the overall expenses for SMA is at 42%. So everything budget-wise is pretty much right on par. Do you have any questions?
Thank you.
Thanks.
How about administrative report, Mr. Everly?
Okay, so upcoming events, City Hall will be closed for Martin Luther King Day on the 19th of January. That is one of the additional holidays that we've been allotted this year. So we are closed for Martin Luther King Day. It's the first time that the city's actually been able to take that holiday. February 9th is our next meeting. February 10th is voting day. It's election day. So please, 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 please get out and vote. As far as reports, we've ceased providing cable TV. We are still providing assistance with changing over to a streaming service, that white glove service that they were offering before Christmas. However, there were a significant number of people that waited until the last minute, so there was a line that we're working through, but we are getting out to help those folks and hopefully retain them as customers, but help them transition. The city is in an election cycle. I do want to encourage everyone to register. You can do that at the DMV where when you update your license, or at the county election board office, and then participate in the process. Attend any question and answer sessions or debates, respectfully engage with the candidates and let them know what's important to you. And then on early election days, which this year is Thursday the 5th and Friday the 6th from 8 to 6 at the county election office, or in your ward on February 10th, make time to get out and vote. It's your chance to let your voice be heard and take part in a process that makes this nation great. I realize this is a local election, but these are the elections that can directly influence our day-to-day lives. As far as city projects, won't touch on the ones we've already talked about, which leaves the demo of the old PD and the old City Hall building is coming. We do have a quote. We're going out and get a couple of different quotes to make sure we don't have to to determine if we need to go through the bidding process because of the financial cut line there. Just making sure that the first quote we got is a good quote. You heard George talk about power distribution options. That is something that we are working through as far as what are our options. Is it grant funding? And then what do we want to do? Do we want to what does a substation look like? What do we need? Identifying requirements, resources, and risks. That's what I told you all I would do for you, provide options. And that's what we're going out to do. So if you hear noise about GRDA providing direct services to customers, I am in the gathering options and gathering information phase. We do not have a data center coming to Sallisaw, so we're not in that group. I am interested in the option and what it looks like, because there are risks, financial risks to the city with every option. But again, I want to provide you all of those so you can make an informed decision when the time comes. You heard an update about the pool. We are in the process of hiring. That'll go out, be live here in the next couple of days, hiring lifeguards for the upcoming season. And we're looking for not just kids, not just young people, but also adults. Depending on how many adults we get certified and how many adults can be certified would determine how far into the season or how late into the season we could go. Our weather allows us theoretically to have the pool open into October, but because of obviously of our manpower is all high school and college age kids, that manpower goes away when school starts. So depending on if we have adults, we may be able to open on the weekends, things of that nature through September. Skate park, did mention it. We do have a quote that is well under the price, or excuse me, well under the original estimates. And I can talk about that. That will come up in the SMA as we go through the process. So gentlemen, pending any questions, that's all I have as far as updates and reports.
Question? How about adjourn?
I'll
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Moody,
Yes.
Martins.
Yes. That'll take us straight into the SMA meeting. I'm gonna declare that meeting call it to order and declare that we do have a quorum. How about item number 3, possible action on minutes of regular meeting of December 8th, 2025?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Moody,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Martins.
Yes. Item 4, discussion and possible action on purchase order number 107640 issued to Techline Inc. of Cleveland, Oklahoma in the amount of $41,236.08 for 3 substation switches. Blakely, you up on this one? You want to say anything?
I'll just catch me where I'm wrong. Bottom line, gentlemen, is the south substation on one circuit is being held together with baling wire, duct tape, Bazooka Joe bubble gum, and a good dose of prayer. It's not quite that bad. We do have a Band-Aid fix that's on it right now. These items are necessary to get a permanent solution down there. And there is a 8-month lead time, 18-week lead time on these items. So the sooner we have a decision or have to explore alternatives.
Motion, please.
I make a motion to approve purchase order number 107640.
Second.
Moody,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Martins.
Yes. Item 5, discussion possible action on change order number 1 in the amount of $10,300 for the electric coordination study, SEL Engineering Services, Inc.
So this is a change order for the electric survey that you all approved. This change order will take us to the not to exceed price. So we can't go any further than this, but this is still within the original budget. And what this, I mean, I can't speak on the technical, what exactly is included in this change order. I know there's some different level of analysis and different data that they want us to provide.
They build a model of our town, they developed a model of our electric system, and that wasn't covered in the price because we didn't have one. And it was kind of thrown on at the last minute.
Yeah, so normally in their procedure, they're used to modifying an existing model. And now they're having to build one for us because we don't have an existing model.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve change order number 1 in the amount of $10,300 for the electric coordination study at SEL Engineering Services, Inc.
Second.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Moody,
Yes.
Martins.
Yes. Item 6, discussion possible action on award of contract to American Ramp Company of Joplin, Missouri in an amount not to exceed $550,000 for construction of skate park and authorize the mayor to sign any future necessary documents related to this project.
So we had a discussion last year about using a Sourcewell solution, which is a sole source provider. It's akin to state bid here in Oklahoma. We have used Sourcewell before for material for capital improvement for big machinery, but this is the first time we're using them for it as a contractor. So their bid came in. What we're asking, the bid that we actually have is less than the 550, but there are some things that our design firm is going back and ensuring is actually in the contract. If it is not, 550 is a worst case scenario. So it's 485 right now. We expect the additional things. For example, we didn't see it specified sod work. We didn't see erosion control specified, and we didn't see the sidewalk leading from the skate park to the new bathroom specified. If those things come in at market value and are added to it, it'd be about $20,000 to $30,000, which would only take us to 515. But again, there's a little bit of room in there for error on our design firm's part. That's why it's not to exceed 550. But I will use that price and compare it to the original estimate of 850 when we started this project several years ago. So there is some realized savings, hopefully, in the overall project. But and you have in your documents there the artist rendering of what it'll look like, and actually really excited about this. I think this is going to be a great project and a great recreational activity spot for some of our kids.
I can't remember, remind me, we did discuss lighting this thing up, didn't we? We're gonna do the electricity ourselves and do the lights ourselves on this project, or what are we gonna do on that? Have we talked about it? I don't remember we talked about it.
The original had, lighting in it.
The original budget item, or, I mean, what about this? This bid does not have lighting in it on this one. I mean, this is no lighting on this one.
Then, we'll have no choice but to add lighting to it. I mean, we can use some of the existing lights that are there, redirect some of them, buy additional ones, for the poles, so we can do things like that. We can put wall packs on the bathroom that's adjacent to this. There's several ways to light this up that are not that expensive.
Okay.
But that wouldn't be included, you're right, sir, that wouldn't be included in the 550 that we're
Right.
asking approval for tonight. So that
But
would be,
it's not gonna break the bank anyway later to light it up, though.
no, sir.
No, it's not. Okay. Sounds like we're still way below what we originally thought it was going, but that's good. That's real good. Motion?
Well, also, it clearly states that what's excluded is the erosion control and the sidewalks. What it doesn't list though is that lighting. So it doesn't exclude or include. It makes no mention of the lighting.
Right,
what I'm
so
saying,
if
we
there's no
didn't have
mention of
time
it, then
yet.
we don't think it's, you can't assume that it's in there. And that's what I meant, that's what I mean by we were looking specifically for that erosion control, the sidewalk and the extra sod as specific items. But they weren't specified. Our engineer firm is going in to see if they've got it hidden in another line item somewhere, and they just didn't pull it out and specify it. So if they did not, we don't expect that extra cost to surpass $30,000, $20,000 to $30,000.
It's safe to assume that it's not in there though, because
Yeah.
when
I
they
see it.
specifies that it's excluded.
Yes, sir. So
Okay.
that's the, no, it does not specify it. That's what I mean.
But that's why I brought it up. I don't remember us even talking about it, so that's why I brought it up.
Where are you reading from, sir?
In that bid.
The
sheet.
erosion and the sidewalk, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, where are you reading that? Specifically excluded?
1.2.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so we'll add those back then. Excuse me.
Still, yeah, it's not
Yeah.
gonna exceed the 550, but
Correct.
it's safe to assume that it's not gonna be
Yeah.
485.
And if it's not, so that's part of the process, is not only to add it back in, but also get a price from them before that. Because we do not want to delete those items from the bid.
Good.
I make a motion to award contract to American Ramp Company in an amount to not to exceed $550,000.
Second,
Moody,
Yes.
Hamilton,
yes.
Martins.
Yes. Adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second,
Moody,
Yes.
Hamilton,
yes.
Martins.
Yes. Let's go right into the Economic Authority meeting. I'm gonna call that meeting to order with a quorum. Item 3 is possible action on minutes, the regular meeting of November 10th, 2025.
Make a motion.
Second.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Moody,
Yes.
Martins.
Yes. Item 4, discussion possible action on issuing payment to Oklahoma Healthcare Authority in the amount of $136,983 for the hospital authority. Any comments on that one?
Yes, so gentlemen, this is just the most recent.
Deputies here, but this
Yeah.
is just, we haven't approved a pay app for invoicing for them in several months. We still been paying off an OSU bill that they had. I think we just did payment 7 of 8 of that you guys approved. And this is going to be for the Oklahoma Healthcare Authority in the amount of $136,983 that will come out of the Series 2025 bonds.
So there's nothing unusual about, it's just normal
No,
doing
sir, it's
business.
just
Okay.
it's another a debtor that's
Yep.
collecting.
All righty. Motion?
I make a motion to approve the invoice payment request.
Second,
Moody,
Yes.
Hamilton,
yes.
Martins.
Yes. Adjourn?
Make a motion.
Second.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Moody,
Yes.
Martins.
Thank you, yes. Thank you all for being here.